I was definitely nervous going into high school. I did not know what to expect when I was a bad friend or they were a bad friend. I just kind of outgrew people. My heart was no longer in my heart, okay? My heart was no longer in my chest. Depression, sadness, stress, all that happened. He first started on a rocky path. At the end of the day, is that boy going to be with you when you graduate? More than likely, no. Girl, I don't have no stress to worry about. I don't have no school to worry about. Good morning, YouTube. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here or welcome back, if you're a returning subscriber, my name is Carol Michelle. I usually don't sit down and talk to y'all like this in these type of videos because, as y'all can see, I'm already using my hands a lot. Like, I use my hands a lot when I'm talking under pressure. But this video was suggested by one of my supporters. I had a poll on Instagram asking what kind of videos y'all like, whether it was get ready with me's routines or daily vlogs, and she slid up and told me, or asked me if I could do advice for rising juniors and freshmen, and then a sophomore asked me if I could also include them. So we are here to give y'all advice as a rising senior. So I'm gonna first start off with who I am, what grade I am going to, my GPA and all that good stuff. So my name is Erin. I am now a rising senior and my GPA is a 4.82 something or 4.83 something. One of those. I took in all of my major classes my first 2 years of high school, and I'm also a dual enrollment student. Okay, so now that y'all know a little bit about me and y'all can tell where my little route was or what my focus was in high school, we're gonna get into a little bit of questions that kind of direct into this topic. Was I nervous going into high school? I was definitely nervous going into high school. I did not know what to expect when I first walked into that building. I do suggest for the 9th graders to go to their orientation like the week before, because they usually have orientation the week before, and it's always very helpful because you'll know where your classes are and stuff like that. So like when I got out of the car to go to my class, I had already know where to go, so I wasn't lost, because the high school is way bigger than the middle school, or at least from my experience. So it was very new to me, but luckily I was able to, you know, go to that orientation, get to know my teachers before I actually started class and know where the classrooms are. So I wasn't lost or, you know, stressed out in the hallways, because the hallways are packed. The population is 10 times bigger than middle school. So you really have to be able to just, I don't know, navigate, because it's like packed like sardines. You have to be able to walk to class and get there on time. And being late is not easy in high school. They stressed it. I've never been late, but I've seen multiple people who come in late, and it was like 3 lates is a referral or something like that. So just don't be late. Just, you know. But yeah, I was very nervous going into high school. Like in the car, my heart was no longer in my heart. Okay, my heart was no longer in my chest. I was just, y'all, I was so scared. But then once I got into the school, I was pretty cool, you know. I don't really know how to explain it, but like, y'all, when I went into freshman year, them seniors had looked like grown men. Like, it was scary. It was scary. But once I got into the classroom, my sister texted me. She was checking on me. She told me my mom was crying. So y'all, like, because my mom cried for me going to high school, I'm not ready to see her reaction for me going to college, because I'm her youngest child. And once I'm gone, she no longer has to take care of any children. So let's pray her strength in that. The next question was, what do I think the most important year is? Going into high school, I feel like my 9th grade year was my most important year. I feel like your 9th grade year is when you need to push the most and take the most relevant classes. So like, my GPA is based off of how hard I worked since the 9th grade year. I feel like if you don't put in the work 9th grade year, if you're getting C's and D's, then it's gonna be hard to like lift your GPA up in the future, because you weren't working towards it in the past. Yeah, but my 9th grade and my 10th grade year, I took my major classes. Like, I took all of my Englishes, my science, my maths, social studies. I took all of that through my 9th and 10th grade year. I feel like my 10th grade year was the hardest year I ever had. I don't diagnose myself with nothing, but depression, sadness, stress, all that happened my 10th grade year because I took history. I've never been strong in social studies. I've never been strong in history. History was the first ever class that I've gotten a B in. I've never gotten a B in my life until I took history. History was very hard. It takes a lot of patience. It takes a lot of studying, notes. You just have to be there 24/7. You can't like doze off. You can't go out into the wilderness around you. Like, you have to pay attention. You have to get those notes because it is not easy. But if I can do it, I definitely feel like y'all can do it. Just take notes, ask questions when you need to. If you need to, do tutoring. Tutoring, don't be embarrassed about it. Like, tutoring is nothing to be embarrassed about. Whole time, if you take tutoring, you'll probably do better than the people in the class who already have understood it. So I advise you, like, if you don't understand something, ask for help, because that, like, it really helped me. I did not mind asking for help. What classes do I recommend taking? Okay, so for my 9th grade year, okay, so first of all, 8th grade year, I had already been taking Algebra 1 and English 1. So then once I got to high school, I had already jumped into Algebra 2 and English 2. So once I took Algebra 2 and English 2, I also took Biology, and I had choir. I don't really remember my full schedule, but I know those are the main courses that I did take in 9th grade. And then during the summer, I took English 3, and I also took a computer class. So I've always taken classes during the summer so that I can, get an early start at things that I want to have completed in high school, so that now I am in the position that I am in now, that we'll talk about when we get to the junior section. But like I said, I did take summer classes every summer leading up to my 11th grade year. Leading up to my 11th grade year. I'm not taking high school summer classes anymore. I'm now taking college summer classes. So I've always been taking classes. So that could be another reason why, like, I'm done so early or my GPA is so high. But yeah, let's see. When it came down to my electives, I always picked the easy electives. I like to sing, so I picked choir. And choir is also an easy 100, so like your GPA automatically just goes up from that. So like, pick something that you like and you want to be invested in. You want to be, you want to be in that atmosphere, but also something that is the easy 100 to boost your grade up. Okay, so what is dual enrollment? Dual enrollment is when you take college classes, but the professor actually comes to your high school to teach you, or you're fully virtual. So this summer, I am a fully virtual college student. I'm taking philosophy as well as public speaking. So those classes started June 1st, I believe. Yeah, those classes started June 1st and they end on July 30th. So while I'm trying to make videos and stuff, I'm also having college classes. I'm also having cheer practice. I'm also having whatever's going on in my real life while trying to push videos for y'all. But I've always been a school over anything type of girly. So my homework comes before making videos for y'all. No shade. But I'm going to have y'all videos out real soon. But yeah, dual enrollment, you get 3 credit hours for each college class you take, and you also graduate with honors. I've always gotten an A in dual enrollment classes. Dual enrollment classes are pretty easy besides the APA format essays, but I can't say I have not cried. I just cried Sunday because of my college classes, so I would say it takes a soldier, but I feel like everybody can do it. Like, it's pretty easy. And you would think like, oh, I'm in college now, so my professors don't care about me that much. But my professors in dual enrollment really do care, and they take the time to, teach you something if you don't remember it, or they take the time to like help you boost your grade, give you extra credit and stuff like that. So everybody is really here to help you. Is high school different from middle school? I would definitely say my high school experience is way different from middle school. When I was in middle school, I had a bunch of friends. I feel like middle school is a ball for me. Like I had so much fun in middle school compared to high school. I had friends, you know, I had bonds with my teachers. And now in high school, I don't really have that bond with nobody. I know a lot of teachers and a lot of students always say like it's important to have a bond with the teacher so you can talk about things you do that you don't want to talk about at home with the teacher. But I've never had that type of bond with any teacher. I've kind of just thugged it out my whole entire high school experience so far. What else was I saying? What was the question? Oh, okay. Like I said, I didn't have much friends. My middle school year, I lost a bunch of friends, and it wasn't because like, oh, I was a bad friend or they were a bad friend. I just kind of outgrew people, and I feel like everyone has a different mindset of where they want to be in life. Like my mindset is I want to be focused. I want to get somewhere with it, whatever I'm working towards. Like I want to be a lawyer, so I'm going to work towards being that lawyer. That's why I'm taking my summer classes. That's why I'm pushing so hard. But like sometimes, you know, you just grow apart from some people. You go to different schools, stuff like that. So I don't have I don't have much friends. I've gained 2 friends since my middle school / high school experience, and one of my friends graduated, so that's how we're looking with that. But I personally feel like middle school is way easier than high school in a sense. But I do know like when you're in middle school, they try to say like, oh, when you're in high school, they won't tolerate this. Yes, they will. They are not that strict. They are not as strict as people try to make it seem. High school is not as bad as they make it seem. Besides, I don't know, it being bigger, having a bigger population. But other than that, it's really not that serious. But you do need to come with a maturity level. You need to come with the mindset of being focused and determined on school and not only worried about relationships with boys. Like, at the end of the day, is that boy going to be with you when you graduate? More than likely, no. When you get into 9th grade, you probably will not be with the same boy unless a miracle happened or unless it was meant to be. But yeah, I know a lot of people who like stress relationships and are only worried about relationships throughout their high school years, and then they break up with that person, and then it's just like, what now? You know? So I don't suggest you to like rush and hop into a relationship your 9th grade year. Is really not that worth it. But I do recommend you having some type of friendship with somebody, like whether they're like, I don't even know, like y'all, I can't even tell y'all much because I don't have that much friends. But this is something that I wish somebody told me. Like my mom always told me to make friends, but it's never that easy now in this generation. But let me start by saying, first of all, when you go to lunch, you have A lunch, B lunch, C lunch, and D lunch. So the semesters, each semester, you have 2 semesters, you have 4 classes. So for the first semester, you'll have 4 classes, and then the second semester, you'll have 4 new classes. So with that semester, you'll have a lunch. So say, for instance, for first semester, you have A lunch, and then second semester, you have D lunch. You have to prepare your stomach for that, because I wish somebody told me, because I used to be hungry. Stomach used to be growling in class. Like, I used to be hungry, and I feel like if you have A lunch first semester and then you have D lunch second semester, you need to bring some type of snack or something to hold you over, because it's hard. Like, being in that classroom learning while you're supposed to be eating is hard. Like, I be worried about the food. And I don't even eat school lunch, but I just be like, the snacks that I bring, like, I be hungry. But like I was saying, once you go to that cafeteria lunch table on the first day of school, it's pretty much assigned to you. Like, I've never been to lunch so far where everybody sit at a different table every day. Like, once you go to that first day and you sit at that table, everybody's going to be in that table for the rest of that semester. Like, literally, it's like assigned. And it's like, if you go to another table, it's going to be like weird. Like, I've always seen it as weird. Like, I might be different from y'all, but I've always seen me going and sitting at another friend's table weird. Like, I feel out of place. But yeah, find you a friend that has the same mindset as you, who's worried about school, who's worried about what their future is going to look like, who's worried about uplifting you, supporting you, being there for you, and you be like the same for them. That's very important. Do I recommend any clubs? So my 9th grade year, I was not in any clubs at my high school until I didn't get in clubs until my 10th grade year. My 10th grade year, I was in a club, and then that teacher or that advisor left, so that club was canceled. But then my 11th grade year, I joined a club. I joined 3 clubs. I had Queens of Virtue, National Honor Society, and National Technical Honor Society. I'm not gonna story one of my clubs I was not active in because I just didn't feel like it was for me. So I was not participating in it, so I would not be wasting my time next year trying to be in that club or do anything for that club because it just wasn't for me. But for the other ones, National Honor Society as well as Queens of Virtue, we did service learnings. We did where we would go to help the homeless or people in the nursing home. We did a bunch of different stuff that like helps out the community in the positive ways, and it can also give you cords in the like your senior year once you're graduating. And who don't want cords around their neck? Because I want my neck to be heavy. Okay, so I did do that. Like I was telling y'all about the summer classes, I have taken summer classes since my 8th grade year. So with the summer classes, they give you a head start of what you will take the next year. So like I took English 3 my 10th grade summer. No, I took English 3 my 9th grade summer. So then my 10th grade summer, I took my last English and then I was done. So like I suggest you to take those through virtual SC because everybody wants a head start. Everybody wants to be in a position where in their senior year they only have to take electives and they can leave early. Like I feel like everybody wants to be like that, unless your goal is to not come to school to not do anything. But yes, that's my advice for that. But now I am a senior. I'm a rising senior. I only have 2 classes that I am supposed to take this year. They're not like they're elective classes. I'm kind of assigning them myself. I have to like schedule my stuff with my guidance counselor to get those things together. But 2 high school courses, which is going to be choir and teacher cadet, and then a college course, and then hopefully I'll have early dismissal along with that little late arrival that I get from dual enrollment. I didn't tell y'all, but when you take dual enrollment classes, you meet once a week, and then the rest of that week, you come late. I didn't know how to act last year when that happened, because, girl, I come late. I do. I'm a late arrival student. Late arrival and early dismissal, boo. Yeah, you couldn't tell me nothing about that. But yeah, like I said, I have to, organize this stuff with my guidance counselor. I also feel like once you're like a 9th grader or a 10th grader, it's important to build a relationship with your guidance counselor. You need to understand them. They need to understand you. They need to know that you're serious about what you're doing. I got a new guidance counselor last year, and I feel like we first started on a rocky path because, yeah, we just started on a rocky path, but now I like my guidance counselor. She is amazing. She does everything she's supposed to do. She puts me first and things like that, so I really appreciate her. But yeah, it's really important to find your guidance counselor and build a relationship with them so they know that you're serious, so they can be there for you when you need your recommendation letters and all that good stuff. When it comes down to sports, I've never done sports in high school besides this year. I know y'all gonna be like, Aaron, why do you want to be a cheerleader your senior year? Girl, I don't have no stress to worry about. I don't have no school to worry about. None of that. I'm just stress-free this year. So it's like, because I'm stress-free, I want to take the time to actually do something my senior year. And it's like the senior activity, like, I'm a senior cheerleader. Like, that's so cutesy to me. So I actually worked hard, so now I can finally be rewarded my senior year with sports and easy classes and just, stuff like that. But like I was saying, it is now my senior year, so I will be doing rising senior content, like almost a senior diaries, where I would do like back to school shopping, first day of school. No, first day of school wouldn't be counted in that. Night before the first day of school, getting myself together, maintenance for back to school, stuff like that would be in my almost senior diaries. And then I'm also going to have a senior diaries where I have first day of school, get ready with me for school, cheer days, get ready with me for the game day, like all that kind of homecoming, all that kind of stuff will be in that senior diary. So make sure you guys stay tuned for that. But overall, I hope you all really enjoyed this video. I know I rambled a lot. I hope you got something out of it. But like I said, I hope you all enjoyed this video. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And also hit the post notification bell so you'll be notified every time I post a new video. I love you so, so very much. Peace and good luck.